couple things. When I went through with, I took people 2 up. So first, everybody knows my Motojitsu program, right? So it's white, blue, brown, black, coral belt. What's coral belt? 2 colors, black and red. 2 colors, 2 people. Once you go through my program and do black belt, to be a coral belt in Motojitsu, you have to do everything again with the passengers. So it's not just yourself. Now you got to do everything with the passenger. That's why I demonstrate with passengers. Just practice for me, and it really gets you to feel. So when you're going through, the very first thing I'm doing when I take off, everybody roll with me, I'm going like almost 15 miles per hour straight. Some of you are idling at 5. Everybody's going too slow. I look back as much as I can when I was taking all the passengers. I didn't see my speedometer below 8. Some of you, that's the max you ever go. You gotta go faster. And everybody that went on the back, like this fucking thing is going hard. And it gets more aggressive the further I get down there. And I was watching where my line was. A couple of times I even think I touched the paint line or the cone to use every damn, you gotta use the space. Here, you get away with murder. This is white belt, the first one. Then it's blue belt, then it's brown, and then it's black, and it's even beyond black. Like the 16-foot turn, that's really, really tight. But it's also blue belt parking space drill in my program. It has 4 parking spaces, 8 foot, 8 foot, and you can use the line if you want to, so 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. So it's 16.9 feet. You gotta make a U-turn for blue belt. And then brown belt is a figure 8 and 4 parking spots.
Oh, cool.
So if you don't need any cones, you don't have to stop your bike. Go to any mall, bank, anywhere there's normal parking spaces. Try to do, so go up and down, that's blue belt, don't skip any. You do that, pick 4 spots, do a figure 8 in 4 spots. That's brown belt in my program. That's a really tight turn. But that's why I put that in right away to get people like, this is how much you're gonna lean. Because the next tightest thing you ever do is just a 20-foot circle. That's brown belt, inside of a 20-foot circle. The only difference between brown and black, inside of a 20-foot circle, one-handed. And once you get the black belt, or once you get the brown belt, knee down is added. And then once you get the black belt, now you got a knee down on 3 different bikes. Because black belt is mastery of skill. That's what it's called in the book. The bike becomes irrelevant. Then you can jump on any bike and do the same shit. But first, everybody's goal is pretty much to get to like black belt. Like, just want to be good on your own bike. Don't worry about anybody else's bike. Most people don't take passengers, so nobody's going to worry about coral belt for the most part. Unless you do take passengers a lot, then it's good to practice. But because of that system and language, now I have a way to talk with people. Don't take passengers unless you're a blue belt. Like, don't be a brand new rider taking a passenger because you're brand new. Now you're responsible for someone's life. That's ridiculous. So wait until you're competent enough where you're a blue belt. You know what I'm saying? So say everybody starts taking jiu-jitsu day 1 today. You won't be a blue belt for a minimum a year. So therefore you start riding today. Today's your first day riding ever. You got your own bike. Don't take a fucking passenger for minimum a year. Like, that's ridiculous. You don't know enough, especially if you don't practice this stuff, braking, swerving, because you have to know what to tell the passenger, how to get on, how to get off, what to do at stops, what not to do at stops, what to do in corners, what not to. If you don't know any of that stuff, why in the world are you taking a passenger? Oh, get on, hold on. Like, that's ridiculous. That's what do I tell people when they get on? Don't move. You're a 200-pound rock, I can ride the same. If that rock decides to start to move when I don't know when or how much or how fast they're gonna move, it'll throw me off. That's why I take people on the track before, knee dragging with them. I was like, just don't move. Let me, like, move your legs, let me move around. Your goal is to be a bike, be a mirror, just fucking sit there. Only when I wrote the passenger a lot and they understand how I move, and they're a good rider too, and they understand body movement, then they can start to kind of lean their upper body only with me a little bit. And that takes a lot of time to be paired up with someone riding a lot with passengers to understand, like, this is what I'm doing, this is what it feels like, and you know how to corner quickly as well, because you know what this is already gonna feel like. But 99% of people I take on the back, I'm like, just don't move. I'll do everything else. That's my job. I'm the rider. I'm responsible. Your goal is not to help me. Anything you think you will do to help me to move around, you're gonna mess me up. So there's that. Go faster. Everybody's going probably 8 miles per hour at the max at some point. That was the minimum I went. So it's literally the opposite of what most people are doing. And you can see the flow. When I'm going through and you guys are watching me go through, that bike is on the edge 99% of the time. It's not up and down. I'm using the handlebars to turn. It's lean angle. I flip it all the way over, lean angle. Flip it all the way over, lean angle. Circles, like 80% of a circle, 80% of a circle, 80% of a circle. A lot of you are still thinking about U-turn, straight line, U-turn, straight line, U-turn. Start thinking about these are circles. So, all right, so everybody check this out. So a lot of you are doing this. It's a U-turn. Oh shit. This is my thinking. I'm doing a circle. Oh, now I have another circle. Now I have another circle. This, if I was following myself, remember Mario Kart, there's a ghost in front of you? How old are you guys? Some of you don't know what the fuck I'm Anyway, when I'm going right here, and I'm going right here, I'm almost at the same spot. My front tire's there, my front tire's there. So as I'm coming around, like say my front tire's right here, I'm going to do a circle. I try to get my front tire back to where it was. So my front tire intersects each other right here every time. So look at, I get all the way to this line, I get all the way, front tire touches each other. It's like a high five. Front tire touches there, front tire touches there. Front tire touches there, front tire touches there. You see what I'm saying? This is the path to travel.
Wow.
That is how to think about it. It is not this. Just like my parking space drills. If you look at my book, this is kind of what I had the designer try to do, but this is, so here's parking space drills. This is what it looks like in the book, because, you know, it'd be more difficult for explaining that just to people. That's just a visual of it. But in reality, you go to a parking space today, right now, and you're doing, so white belt is you skip one. You see that? You just skip a space. Okay, blue belt, don't skip one. But again, it's the exact same thing. You want to use every inch, touch the line. So this is how to think about what we're doing. If you're still doing this, you're just not going to make it. Maybe the first two, once it gets tighter and tighter to 18 and 16 foot, you have to think about it as this is the path to travel you're doing. Have your front tire high five each other each time. Make sense?
Yep.
You want to keep practicing? Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. All right, so I just did this with YouTube. Well, you. When you're going through, the clutch moves this much. It's all the way in, and it's all the way out. The friction zone is how much space out of this much travel. You tell me, how much is it? How far?
6 inches.
So here's the full, this is all the way in, this is all the way out. The friction zone is like this. So if you're going like this with the clutch, that with the clutch, this with the clutch, you're just shoot yourself in the foot. All you need to be doing is the friction zone, which is this much space. That's it. I'm gonna come down the line and do what I just did with him. Bike's gonna be off, no front brake, no nothing, right? So that tiny little bit, kickstand up. Put your feet down. Slower. Let me move slower, slower, slower. Ease out the clutch. A little bit faster, a little bit slower. So if you use all 4 fingers, try using only 3 or even 2, because all you have to move is the clutch is this much. Go down that way, go 1 mile per hour is the speed limit. Once you go 1, pull the clutch in. Not all the way in, but just no power. Try to balance, tiny bit of power, pull it back in. And that's how you win slow races. The clutch is never all the way in, it's never all the way out. The friction zone is this. On every bike there's the same damn thing, it's this much zone. Whenever you're going through there, you want to put your foot down. You want to put your foot down, the bike needs power. Ease out the clutch a 1/2 inch. The bike will have power, it won't tip. You're going too fast, pulling the clutch, not all the way, 1/2 inch. You took away all the power. It's gonna lean, I don't want it to fall, ease it out a 1/2 inch. If your hand is doing more than this, you're screwing yourself. That's the finesse and nuance I'm talking about. It's a very, very tiny little itty little place called the friction zone. And that's all you need to be in when doing this stuff. Not all the way out, not all the way in. That should help out big time. In combination with being more aggressive and getting your damn head to turn, like the plunger on your nose. Do those 3 things, everybody can make it through this. Aggressive, eyeballs, friction zone.
You gotta go in.
I halfway agree. So, you just asked, I know I need to go faster. Why? To make the bike lean more. If anybody asked you why, it's to make the bike lean more. Why do you need to make the bike lean more? To make tighter turns. That's the answer, right? Yep. Speed, mile per hour, is not the only thing you have to do faster. You have to think faster. Your eyes have to move faster, and you need faster transitions. If you're only thinking, I gotta go faster, but everything else is slow motion, you'll be in the technical term, cognitive dissonance. You know you gotta do one thing, but you fucking can't stop doing it. I love to smoke, but I know it's bad for me. Cognitive dissonance. I know it's going faster, but if your body is still moving slower, that's why I'm saying you gotta be physically faster. Eyeballs, thinking, your brain has to be faster, and the transitions. The biggest thing now, a lot of people are really good at that touch the line drill. A lot of you are making a whole lot of progress by using the space. Now the transition is what's hanging up a lot of people. So we'll start, not the easy stuff. Let's start from 20 foot on, the more challenging stuff. You're going through there, you're touching the white line, you're coming around. You have a left U-turn, right? You're coming over here. Now, first, everybody should know by now, where do I want to go? Damn near halfway, minimum. If you go way the fuck back over there, great, who cares? But minimum, get over here. Now you're finishing the left U-turn, the bike is leaned over to the left. From this point to where he is with the camera, you got to get the bike from the left edge of the tire to the right edge of the tire. The more aggressive you can do that, the better. If you stand it up slowly, start to lean it slowly, your eyes are slow. You just went over this one. Your eyes are still slow, I'm looking over here. Oh, now I'm finally looking at that one. Where am I? I'm finally, I'm going, I could even be going fast, but my eyes are just slow. Oh, I gotta wait way back over there. Okay, by the time you get over here, slowly turn your eyes. Slowly turning the bike, coming out of the left turn, going through, eyes move, think, brain goes first, eyes goes first before the bike ever does anything. From here to here, you're pushing left, make the bike lean left. Either pull, or what I do, I push aggressively on this bar. I get that thing to flop now. You know what, there's people, MotoGP racers, they transition so fast from left to right, the loading and unloading the suspension, the damn tire comes off the ground. You need to push hard. This is the key part right here, especially the harder stuff. Push right. That bike needs to go boom, boom. It needs to flop completely over to the right side of the damn edge of the tire now. And get as much lean as you can now at the halfway point, because what? The rest of the way, you want to start to be able to stand the bike up so you have a longer straightaway to think about the next one. But it's the transitions you have to go through. I mean, you're right here. I'm not starting to look. The bike don't go first, and like, oh yeah, I should probably start looking. Your eyes go first. I'm gonna go through and demonstrate real quick while you guys are standing right here for the hard stuff. Because I'm like this. I'm here, I'm like this. I guarantee my bank account, I'm already looking over there while I'm still leaned left. My brain and eyes are thinking right. Early. Flip that thing over. And once I know I'm gonna make it here, before I'm even done with the right, where am I looking? Left. Where's my next damn turn? Over there. Get that thing lean. Handlebar to the ground. I want my foot pegs to straight. Everybody think about that. Going right there, that's where I want to go. I'm bringing it over here. I'm still right. I'm going towards that cone. Where am I looking? That cone. Now this hand is the higher handlebar. This one's higher up, right? The left one. Push. Counter steer. Speed up manner. Push hard. Eyeballs first. Push. Flip it over. Once I flip it over, am I looking there? Where am I looking now? I continue past the travel. Here's the yellow line. I'm looking. Looking over here. There's a little thing about halfway through. Okay, right there. Now just repeat it. Start to look first. You gotta be aggressive with the bike. It's not speed of the motorcycle fast. Everything has to be fast. Once your brain and eyes start moving way quicker than your bike, here's your brain and eyes. Here's your bike. Everything is calm. When you catch up to your brain and eyes, here, you go wide. Let's go ride the twisties right now to Palomar. Let's go up and down South Grade 20 times in a row. If your bike, if you physically are catching up to your brain and eyes, you will crash. That's how people crash. They get overwhelmed. They don't know where to look. Your brain and eyes always need to be ahead of your bike. And the faster you go, guess what? The greater this distance is. You're going 50 miles per hour through a corner, brain and eyes right here, thinking about the here. Now you're going 80 through a corner. You're going faster, your eyes need to be going faster. You're going 10 miles per hour, 15 miles per hour, okay, you can look 30 feet ahead. You're going 5 miles per hour, like you want to challenge yourself going slow, you could look 3 feet ahead, that's okay. But if you physically want to go faster, all the other shit has to go faster. Brain, eyes, transitions. And then now the timing of the clutch to take away power, when do I need power? So speed is one side of the coin, physical speed of the miles, this is miles per hour, the actual bike. But the other side of the coin has 4 elements to it that has to go faster. Not just speed of the bike, eyeballs, your thinking, your transitions, your line, your clutch, the rear brake application. This is all the important shit. It's not just speed of the bike, it's everything else that really matters. So the speed of the bike is the iceberg, everything else is the shit that I just got them talking about. That makes sense? But you guys get the transitions aggressive, then you realize, wow, I have way more time to think about that next turn because I'm not slowly leaning the bike and hopefully I make it eventually. It's like, no, bike, you are leaning right now insanely aggressive because I'm making you do it. Right? So I'm gonna jump on the bike and go through. I'll go through slowly, easily, like a bad example. I'll still make it through, but it'll be like, eh.